celebrating
For the first lead story here on CVM TV.
1 year of bold reporting.
And of course we look at solutions, but the fact is
1 year of fearless investigations.
it's a very important argument and it's a very important issue.
1 year of asking the tough
When
questions.
16 is not enough, is 13 enough?
Lead Story with George Davis is celebrating 1 year of delivering the truth day after day. And we are just getting started.
Let's start the show.
This is the first episode in the new season. I can't have these two men and let them go home just so we're not done yet. We just start. All right? So this is where we are. We're coming to you from the University of Technology. Dr. Horace Chang, the General Secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party, is with us. And Dr. Dayton Campbell is the General Secretary of the PNP. Dr. Campbell, in the previous show, you wanted to respond to points Dr. Chang was making about the Prime Minister and the Integrity Commission.
Before I come to this statement, let me add my own word of commendation to George Davis and the lead story show.
Oh, thank you very much,
I'm
sir.
sure I can do that.
Thank you very much,
Both of us,
sir.
And look forward to your show continuing.
Thank you very much.
Sure. So say all of us, all the very best thing, George. I wanted to make the point that the Integrity Commission is actually the brainchild of Mark Jefferson Golding, right? Let that be clear. The Integrity Commission is actually the brainchild of Mark Jefferson Golding, and his experience as Minister of Justice,
Bruce Golding, not Mark Jefferson Golding.
The drafting of the legislation.
Bruce
The
Golding
drafting of the
started
legislation.
it. Bruce
Hold
Golding.
on. Order. Here's what's going to happen.
The
Here's what's gonna happen.
legislation was
Dr. Campbell, hold on.
drafted
Dr.
by
Campbell, hold on.
Mark
Dr. Campbell,
Golding.
hold on. Here's what's going to happen. These two men
Fact
will
check.
joust. You will listen. So I don't want you to help anybody. Dr. Campbell can take care of himself. Dr. Chang can take care of himself. Dr. Campbell.
Yeah, so let me be clear. Fine. Mark Golding drafted the legislation. He's the one that drafted the legislation, right? And I don't know, it's the first time I've ever seen people running down a jacket. This Labour Party government seems hell-bent on claiming things that they have nothing to do with, right? To claim that it is their doing.
Bruce
right?
Golding initiated.
Hold on, Dr.
the
Chang. Give him the
Integrity
time.
Commission.
You're going to get the time. Dr.
But
Campbell.
by just having an idea and not acting on it, that does not mean anything. You know. Let me show you an example. The current Prime Minister said that he was for term limit, 2 terms. Now he's campaigning for a 3rd. The current Prime Minister said that he believed in impeachment legislation, has done nothing about it. If we bring forward a bill now, are you going to say that that is his doing, even though he had a chance and he did not do anything about it? You cannot claim paternity for Integrity Commission when it's the Prime Minister that has taken it to court and is trying to strike down the provision of illicit enrichment.
Hear you on that. Dr. Chang. Dr. Chang, your response.
On the issue, no
Hold on.
need. Mr. Bruce Golding in the 2007 to 11 term, which was a pretty tight spot in Parliament. But he, in fact, initiated discussion and started development of the Integrity Commission Act. In fact, a version of it went to Parliament and did not go through because of time. And it's continued through the next term in which the PNP government was in power. And when Mr. Honis came to power, he took it.
Hold on. Dr. Chang, hold on. Again, Dr. Chang, hold it. Again, let us treat the gentleman with respect.
So,
let's listen, okay?
So it's a fact that major legislation can transform different administration. In fact, based on the structure of our government and the way we do legislation, unlike the American model, major legislation can take a long time to go. So unfortunately, and the capacity of a parliamentary council office is unduly limited. It's something we'll have to address the country.
Yeah.
But the reality of it was the draft, it was not the beginning of drafting. A bill was drafted during Mr. Golding's regime, taken to Parliament, and there was some discussion, and it was not concluded, and it continued through the
all right.
The true originator of the Integrity Commission Act is Bruce Golding.
Hear me on this then.
It was passed. I never said the PNP didn't do anything. In the time, it was passed in the administration of Andrew Michael Honis.
Have to break. This is Lead Story on CVM TV.
celebrating
Me for this, the first lead story here on CVM TV.
1 year of bold reporting.
And of course, we look at solutions. But the fact is,
1 year of fearless investigations.
it's a very important argument and it's a very important issue.
1 year of asking the tough
When
questions.
16 is not enough, is 13 enough?
Lead Story with George Davis is celebrating 1 year of delivering the truth day after day. And we are just getting started.
Let's start the show.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. We've got everything. Stocking top brands like CNCs, Philips, and Allen Bradley. We guarantee quality and reliability. Shop with us and save with even free island-wide delivery. Conditions apply. Visit us at Shop 8 Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in electrical business.
So you would have take a call while crossing a busy street? You would have zoned out while driving through half a tree? I know say you definitely would have sent a text while climbing down River Falls. So why you do it when you across the road? Stay alert, man. Every step matters. Pedestrians, look out before you step out. A message from the Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport.
Welcome back to Lead Stories 1 year anniversary show. Now, I did say before the previous break that I'd be asking about enumeration and what Dr. Campbell said about winning, but that's in the public domain already. I can't use the time to ask a soft question when there are two strong men here. Let me nudge it, Dr. Chan, let me nudge this right along. Gentlemen, it's all about messaging from here and a lot of groundwork. Right. Yes? I want to ask you, let me start with you then. Dr. Campbell has gotten all of the first question. Let me put this to you first. The messaging from the JLP from now until election day, what's the design of the plan to message to the Jamaican people between now and then?
No, we haven't planned a message on the election day. The government have the right and have the privilege, it's not a constitutional privilege, constitutionally, to choose the date for election. And the Prime Minister, who has that sole responsibility, have not yet told me, although I'm the General Secretary, that the date, when the date it is. What is asked me to do is to ensure that I examine all the consents registration and make sure their machinery is in shape, so when he sees the right time, he will call the election. Until then, of course, we have to get on with government. We think we have a lot to do, and we've done a lot, and we have to get them out to the population, remind them of the things we have done. There are many things that said, if I refer back to COVID-19, his leadership is already history in the eyes of the people. There are many things we're doing, I would say, right? That we're doing that is crucial to remind the population and to ensure that the things that we have set in place will reach the wider population and reach the communities. And that's where out there, he's out there doing his social housing program, he's out there doing the water program. These are messaging that this government will deliver on the things that will change people's lives.
So it's a process of remind and reinforcement is what you're saying.
I'm out there breaking ground for new police stations, building new police stations, providing the police with motor vehicles transport, giving them the communication required that they can, in fact, bring down the crime rate in the country, which was one of our major burdens for 20-odd years. It is under this leadership of Andrew Michael alone we are able to see some light in the tunnel and restore order in our community and allow people to, again, operate safe in the communities.
Hear you on that. So just let me summarize it, and you agree. It's about reminding and reinforcing. Is that what you're saying? The broad message?
At this stage, that's what it is. At this stage.
Hear you on that. Dr. Campbell, messaging for you from here on.
Well, our message is informed from consultation with the people to see what the issues are and what they want. And the overwhelming thing coming from the people is that they want change. Why is it that they want change? They want change because the current standards that they're experiencing is unacceptable. When they go to the hospitals and they have to sleep on the floor and cardboard, they're saying they want a change from that. When they have only 18%, less than 1 in every 5 child that takes the CSEC exam, passing 5 subjects to include maths and English, they want a change from that. When they have a food importation bill that has moved from $834 million US to 1.4 billion, a 70% increase, they want a change from that. This government, after 2 terms in office, is now saying choose Jamaica. We don't have to choose Jamaica. We are only Jamaica. We were born here. We chose Jamaica was chosen from birth. Born Jamaican, son of the soil. Mark Golding was born here, went to Mona Prep, went to Campion College. We don't have to say choose Jamaica now.
Yes.
They're saying choose Jamaica now, having chosen themselves for the last 2 terms. They chose themselves when they gave themselves 300%. They chose themselves when they gave themselves big SUVs and told us, as Auntie Flavor said, that we should get a Pro Box. We are choosing change.
All right, pause on that, pause on that, pause on that, pause on that, pause on that. All right. Order. I'm wheeling.
That was good entertainment.
I'm wheeling. I'm wheeling. Folks, order. I'm wielding chairman's privilege now. I'm opening the floor to some questions. Sir, please state your name. Everybody, if you get the privilege of asking a question, please state your name and then pose your question. I'm not taking any comments now. Time is heavy. I want questions only.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Mine at John, Eastern, Mona Common, Eastern St. Andrew. Yes, I want to direct this question in particular to Dr. Horace Strong. They spoke about crime, and I'm just curious to find out what was the motivation behind Dr. Chang when he was speaking so eloquently that he wanted to disband the PMI and the supporting organization that complements and facilitates the reduction of crime with the police. He has abandoned that. So I want to ask him, what was the motivation?
Thank you. So the question, in case you wanted to some interpretation, PMI, the Peace Management Initiative, Horace Levy and several others, very integral to that. He wants to know why Dr. Chang disbanded the PMI.
It's just referring to the policy approach, my policy approach to social intervention. The need for social intervention is a major part of crime prevention in the country. It cannot be done extra-governmentally or through NGOs. It has to be merged into the MDs, ministries, departments, and agencies of government in order to reach the hundreds of thousands of people that need intervention. We have spent far more money. The zones of special operation will average $1 billion a year, where we intervene at different stages. Not all have had the same level of expenditure yet, but we have a structured program. We have the case management across the country working on 35 of the most challenged schools. Requires government intervention. And we are looking at how we can scale that up to all of them. We have the Jamaican National Service Corps. We have massive expansion in training opportunities for young people. And in the process, we have trained 42, not one in one office downtown Montego. I work with PMI, where nobody would go to. We have trained 42 psychiatric agents in Jamaica. We provide psychiatric staff to the hospital, Conrail Hospital, and we are building institutions in Montego Bay and the communities where people can walk to their communities from Flanker to Barracks Road. We are building institutions that will support crime intervention in the community and support the families.
Hear you on that. Have to break on that point, Dr. Chan. Have to break. This is Lead Story on CVM TV.
Celebrating
for the first lead story here on CVM TV.
1 year of bold reporting.
And of course we look at solutions, but the fact is
1 year of fearless investigations.
It's a very important argument and it's a very important issue.
1 year of asking the tough
when
questions.
16 is not enough. Is 13 enough?
Lead Story with George Davis is celebrating 1 year of delivering the truth day after day. And we are just getting started.
Join my private room. Only $1,000 for a grand time.
That I know me. We never said that. But who go and believe me?
That is correct. $4,350,000. Yes, go ahead. $4 million? I never approved that.
Yes, I go doctor tomorrow. So me have to get the money today, no longer. Then no me face that. We never make no record or beg nobody no money.
Deepfakes are AI-generated images and videos made to look and sound like people we know and trust. They're used to spread misinformation, destroy reputations, and are used to commit fraud and scams. Don't fall victim to deepfakes. Protect yourself. For more information, visit broadcastingcommission.org or scan the QR code on screen.
can't wait.
Make we head out. Them place I'm pass every day. Me buy from here already.
Good morning.
Where you can we today?
Well, country Cool Hills of Chapelton.
That's cool. We're not going out, you know.
You're gonna get the girl, you're gonna rough up the devil and beat him like a drum.
Welcome to our home, Bethlehem Home.
Yeah,
one of our homes for children.
We have to build that bridge to serve the community. This real. This real.
Pat a pat, 2 a 2, pat plus 2, me say equal to 2.
The vibe spot. Look at what we call it one church.
Catch all the episodes of Holy Road this Saturday and Sunday at 3 p.m. See it happen on CVM.
Celebrating one.
For this, the first lead story here on CVM TV.
1 year of bold reporting.
And of course, we look at solutions. But the fact is,
1 year of fearless investigations.
It's a very important argument and it's a very important issue.
1 year of asking the tough questions.
16 is not enough. Is 13 enough?
Lead Story with George Davis is celebrating 1 year of delivering the truth day after day. And we are just getting started.
Let's start the show.
Welcome back to Lead Story. We are at UTEC LT50 shared facilities, and we're taking questions for Dr. Horace Chang and Dr. Dayton Campbell, General Secretaries of the JLP and PNP, respectively. Sir, may you stand and say your name and pose your question, please.
Good evening, audience. Good evening, everyone. Dr. Chang and Dr. Campbell. Previous PNP administration, the Ministry of National Security, had to ask for divine intervention. Now we have seen a decline in the crime in the country. The question to you,
yes.
Dr. Campbell.
Yes.
Are you, in your administration, planning to remove the Zozo that doctors reap benefit from?
You heard.
All right, so the first thing is that we need to actually correct what is a lie repeated often enough to the point where people have started believing it. The notion that crime is less under the JLP administration is not true. If you were to look at the number of murders that has taken place over the last 4-year period of the PNP administration from 2012 to 2016 and compare it with the similar period between 2016 to 2020 or 2020 to now, you would realize that for the 2016 to 2020 period, there were 300 more murders per year under the JLP administration. And there is still an increase this year. Last year numbers for this administration, this term, last year's numbers were the first to go back within the normal band of where they were under the previous PNP administration. So if you actually check your data, that view that you have is actually not true, right? Hold on a second. Two, the call for divine intervention is not one that should be frowned upon. The scripture says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, will forgive their sins and heal their land. We are a praying people.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Campbell. We would have all night. Dr. Chang, you can put in the answer when it to this question. Sir.
Good night, audience.
Yes, sir.
Gleason Asquith from Land Lease.
Yes, sir.
Well, as a farmer, I'm saying to Dr. Campbell, what are the plans you have for the farming community in Land Lease, Eastern St. Andrew? And also, I'm sorry that my MP is not here tonight. I love her so much also. But I did ask her, right, about the land tenant for we to have access to land. Land tenant, right? And the former MP started a program, and I asked her to follow up on it. In 2019, And 2020, I saw her doing something with some sweeping and things like that. But go to the land agent, nothing. They are saying we were supposed to ask the MP. So with the university town that is coming, I just want to know, and this is the question, will the people in land lease safe with the land tenure?
Hear you on that. Land tenure in land lease, and he wants to know about plans for agriculture, Dr. Campbell.
Well, agriculture will be a priority. Agriculture is the main employer of labor. There are 262,000 registered farmers, and we think we have approximately 300,000 farmers in the country. It is the largest employer of labor, and 80% of the economic activity in the constituency is directly linked to agriculture. We have spoken to the farmers, and we've heard from them what are the main challenges that they have. So security of tenure to land is one of the critical areas, and that is something that will be a priority. We'll look at the government lands, look at the arable lands, and ensure that we can give them to farmers at peppercorn rates so they can go and put them on the production. It's important as well to have proper roads to lead to the farms, so you can get machine in there, you can mechanize your production, and you can get your produce out.
All right.
So land preparation will be a critical component.
Here you are.
Storage is an important area. Irrigation is an important area. We're going to change the laws around
Dr. Campbell, pause for a cause. Comprehensive answer. Comprehensive answer. I want to get in some more questions over here. Good evening. Please state your name and go ahead.
My name is Leon, and Mr. Campbell, I heard you speak of the 300% increase that without hesitation, your colleagues accepted. But my question for you here today is it true that opposition leader Mark Golding had an involvement in FinSAC, which according to a PNP stalwart, has the largest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich? And I myself, I'm from Cassava Peace. I was born and raised there, so I want to know.
Thank you.
A lot of persons don't understand what FinSAC was. FinSAC was the solution to the financial crisis to ensure that the depositors did not lose anything. That's what the FinSAC was for. Mark Golding was not in government at the time. Mark Golding was not in government at the time. And we have
Order, let him speak, please.
We have spent millions to do a report on FinSAC. Why is the JLP hiding the report from the people of Jamaica? Produce the report that we've spent millions to do so that we can clear it up and the truth can be told.
Thank you very much.
Just a second.
Hold on.
Just a second.
Last point.
Yes. What I find very interesting is that people are saying and questioning where Mark Golding got his wealth from, but they're not questioning those deposits made into the Prime Minister's account at the ATM. They're not questioning the $400 million that we don't know.
Thank you. Let me get this question. Let me get this question from Crystal. Crystal, come forward. Hold on. Hold on. Order. Hold on, Crystal. Listen. We don't want to waste any time. We don't have much of it. Order. Settle down. I want to have time to give both men a last word, okay?
No, but...
Please, Dr. Chan, you're going to get the chance, but you're going to get the chance.
You cannot...
Dr. Chan, you get the chance.
I must respond to something that comes directly...
Dr. Chan, believe me, you'll get the chance. Just get the question in and you get the chance. All right. Crystal.
Thank you. Mic check. Thank you very much, George. Good evening, gentlemen. In the context of the 2023 LAPOP study that showed the support for democracy decreasing from 45% to 28%, and most Jamaicans indicating that they would trade their democratic rights for income and services, what explains the government's aversion to enacting accountability strengthening laws around term limits, impeachment proceedings, fixed election dates, and even the Integrity Commission Act, finding trouble with those elements of it that are meant to maintain accountability and therefore inspire confidence and support for our democracy.
Thank you, Crystal. That's for Dr. Chan. Go ahead,
and
sir.
how would a PNP government respond to statistics like this to strengthen democracy?
Come, Dr. Chan.
Ireland, but first I have to comment quickly. One, the issue on crime, which since I'm directly involved, I must comment. The reality is that the police force was not in a position to fight crime. That's everybody knows that. If stations were falling apart, one lady fell to a police station out of the CIB room in Savava and damaged her leg. They had no way. People were operating outside of the station under trees to have lunch because if he was falling down. The academic studies that have shown that the inheritance of the state of Emergency in 2010-2011 which was a massive attack, that's a genuine sort of emergency, in which 75 Jamaicans were killed in the urban area, where it's alleged that the gangs were heavy and the gangs were significantly disrupted. The experts tell me that that disruption had kept alive for at least 27 months before they started to retaliate. And that's the decline in crime in that period is a result of the massive disruption of criminal networks under the state of emergency. That's just a fact of the academics that I've looked at, and I have no reason to doubt it.
Yes.
Homicide as a result of retaliation and reprisal, and they start to reprise, and by the time we get to 27, they're climbing rapidly again. We had to come in, but in order to get it down, we had to invest in the police. It's a serious issue.
Yes.
The police force was under 11,000 in a country that needed over 14,000 officers. They could not perform their duties in any area adequately. They didn't have the numbers, they didn't have the equipment, and we had to set about to do that, which cost a lot of money. And now we have done it, we can call on the police for performance. That's just a fact of
Here, but can you
yeah, I'm going to answer, but I have to answer.
We don't have any more time, you know. We don't have any
no,
more
well,
time,
you deny me the time to respond, because
yes,
you have charged me going to talk. I think that along with, you use divine intervention to stop my speech.
Yeah, no, not divine intervention. But just, this is your closing statement. Address it, yes, address that.
La Pop is across Latin America and the Caribbean. There has been some decline in people's interest in democracy, but democracy is not protected by legislation. Yes. This is breached by people globally. Mm-hmm. What is important in Jamaica is and this way goes to the audience here this evening. We are a governing party. You have the majority of Mr. Campbell mobilized more people in here, reflecting the depth of political,
yes,
reflecting the freedom of the people to participate in the political process.
Yes.
And that is what protects democracy. It is the involvement of the Jamaican grassroots and their commitment to democracy that protects democracy. And Jamaica still have one of the better participation rates in the region. And you tend to find in a democracy, in an active democracy, the interest in voting goes up when there are highly controversial issues.
Yes.
We are a representative democracy, and you're getting a turnout of 50% is maybe average across the globe. So the issue of the legislation you're referring to, some of them are required, and we'll examine them, but that's not what keeps democracy together. It's the strength of the political organization, and we will look at them, and we will look at other legislation like Integrity Commission.
I have only 30 seconds left, Dr. Campbell. Your last word.
Yes,
only 30.
We will strengthen these measures. The institutions that are currently at risk under this government, we will strengthen those. So if you look at it, the Integrity Commission, the Office of the Political Ombudsman, there is no MP in the PNP that will be allowed to use a stool and beat a woman, and then for us to go back and bring him back as a candidate in a future election.
That's all the time I have. That's all the time I have. You've been a very good audience. A very good audience. Thank you for this evening. All the best to you. Thank you, Dr. Chang. Thank you, Dr. Campbell. Thank you, Patricia Duncan Sutherland. And thank you to all the labor rights and comrades who came out and Jamaicans who participated in the show. Thank you very much.
Celebrating one.
For the first lead story here on CVM TV.
1 year of bold reporting.
And of course we look at solutions, but the fact is
1 year of fearless investigations.
It's a very important argument and it's a very important issue.
1 year of asking the tough questions.
16 is not enough. Is 13 enough?
Lead Story with George Davis is celebrating 1 year of delivering the truth day after day. And we are just getting started.
Let's start the show.
CVM TV and live Jamaica Premier League action on a Monday night. A match made in heaven. We call it Monday Match Night. Catch all the hard-pounding JPL Monday night action from now until the end of the season on CVM TV.